What the deal? What the deal? What's up? What up, everybody? What's going on? All right, who we got up in this piece? We got Jonathan. What's up? 88 Sports Talk. What's good? Or as you young kids say, what's goody? It's my old behind trying to sound relevant. What's up, LeVar, my man? Back up in the heezy. Please hit the thumbs up. It very much helps me push this show into that tricky algorithm of YouTube. Seth, what's cracking? What is cracking? The non-Jewish Seth, what's up? What is up? What is up? Okay, we got a few drop out, a few here. We're going to do these championships. I got some good questions for y'all. Good questions. Smash that like button. Smash it. Break it. Let's see how we do. Last night wasn't bad. Last night we had a good amount of people for a Saturday. I would think that Saturdays people wouldn't come out. Remember, everybody, I'm still relatively new to this live streaming in terms of, I don't know what the trends are, what days are good, what days are bad. But I'm just trying to be consistent with this. Starting to build up a good little community here. So yeah, that's that. But we're gonna do a little freestyle boxing talk. So whatever you guys have on your minds, spit it at me, and let's go from there. What you guys got? What's on your minds? What do we got this weekend coming up? Is what fight? God, I always forget. Oh, this weekend is the Zoo and Fundora fight, right? Which I said before, I have Fundora winning, possibly even a knockout. TKO or KO, I don't know which one. Possibly. Yo, Clarence McLean. Clarence McLean. McLean was the last name of Bruce Willis in Die Hard. Remember that? God, what was his first name? What was Bruce Willis's first name? It was something McLean. I don't know. It's some normal white boy name like Matt or Ben or something. David? What was Bruce Willis's first name in Die Hard? Damn, Clarence is saying what's up to everybody. John McClane, thank you. I knew it was a normal white boy name. That's actually not a white boy name. That's a normal, just American name. John. Yeah, John McClane. That was a dope movie. It's sad what happened to Bruce Willis. I don't know if you guys know. He has a form of like dementia, and he's slowly deteriorating. That scares me because my father died of dementia or Alzheimer's, whatever the difference is. I don't know. And his parents, both my grandparents on my father's side, also had it really bad. They got it in their like late 80s. He got it in his late 70s. So, but I hear that one of the best things. First of all, I hear that medical advances might have pills to stop Alzheimer's by the time I'd be even in the age to get it in 20 years or so. But also, I hear that exercise is a big way to prevent Alzheimer's, and I exercise all the time. You feel me? That was depressing, but what up, Angel? I'm doing okay, man. I was sick, but I'm over it. Got a little snot now, but that's it. The worst of it is is over. L. Harvey, what up? What the L stand for? Thumbs up. Word up. Good to see you. I was going to say the L stands for LeVar, but then I was like, no, there's another LeVar in here, so what are the odds? We got two LeVars. No Duck Zone. Yeah, Clarence, man, next time you do that barbecue, maybe I'll come by. I know you do like a no Duck Zone barbecue somewhere. I don't know where the hell you do it, somewhere in the Bronx or something. I don't know where you do it, but let me know. And I'll probably see you at Haney and Garcia. I'm going to be there. I just got to figure out if I'm getting press passes through my own platform or if I'm going to do it through like somebody else's platform. Because other people have told me they'll give me press passes. but I kind of would rather go on my own because I don't want to have to go with them or anybody else's. But I'm not sure that they'll approve me because I'm pretty new to actually going to events. I'm even new to content. I've only been doing content like 2, 3 years. In the first year or two, I had a partner. The 90s heavyweight Jeremy Williams, those of you who followed me that long know what I'm talking about. 90s Jeremy Williams was my partner, the heavyweight from the 90s. My stablemate from Catskill, Kevin Rooney, stablemate, Jeremy Williams, my big bro. What's up, Norbs? What's poppin'? Norbs is, I don't, those of you who don't know Norbs, and I could be, forgive me, Norbs, but you started some kind of a hip hop battle platform, right? Which is like really big. If you want to put that in the chat, what the hip hop battle platform you started, he started that. It's a huge thing apparently, and now he's shifted into boxing because he loves boxing. So now he's stepped away from his hip hop stuff, and I think he's doing boxing mostly. If I said that wrong, correct me. But that's from what I understand is what you're doing. I'll send you an invite. I bet. If Tim wins, do you think he has a chance of beating Crawford? Depends how he wins. If Tim just like walks true homeboy, it all probably I still would have to go for Crawford no matter what, right? I'd have to lean towards Crawford no matter what. But Crawford's percentage drops, Tim's percentage rises if Tim is just a monster, like buzzes through Fundora. But let's not forget, Fundora just stopped. So it's not like that's a crazy feat, unfortunately. So no, I don't give him. I give him a chance, but I don't think he'll beat whatchamacallit. Lamorris. That's a dope name. Yo, Lamorris is like some R&B shit. That's yo. If you put out an album, right, with that face right there, and it just said Lamorris, I'm buying it. I'm putting it on. Me and my wife. I'm turning down the lights, putting on the candles, and I'm on it. Smooth Sounds of Lamorris. That's a dope name. Yes, still waiting on that. You're talking about the press passes, right? They can send you the copies of the tickets to your phone. That's how I go and watch all my Cuban fighters. The hell are you talking about? D White, what's poppin', guys? Please hit the like button. As I say, I invite you guys all to my house every day. Please, though, ring the doorbell. The doorbell is the like button, so press that button, please. What up, Ray? Yeah, talk about that's an R&B picture right there. What's going on, my man? Jersey, dirty Jersey. Where Brooklyn at? That's right. That's right. See, I'm from Manhattan, though. You never hear people calling out Manhattan. That's the weirdest thing. You hear Brooklyn, Queens, Bronx. You hear Uptown. They say Uptown. Now, Uptown is a section of Manhattan. Just like I'm from Hell's Kitchen. That's a section of Manhattan. That's in the Midtown section of Manhattan where I'm from. But you never hear people say Manhattan or Midtown. They just say Uptown or nothing. You don't even hear Manhattan. They just bypass Manhattan. Come on. And that's the most. Manhattan is the number one travel place in one of the number one travel places in the world. Definitely the number one destination in New York City is Manhattan. Yet people always shout out Brooklyn and Bronx over Manhattan. Some bull snap. Yeah, I'm not Mormon. I don't curse because apparently my content gets flagged if I curse too much. That's why I'm not cursing. I'm not some weird Mormon. Yes, sir. Working on some things. All right. I was a big Larry Donald fan. Yeah. Larry beat Jeremy. That was his first loss. We were all upset about that. Larry just boxed him. Don't forget, Jeremy was an undersized heavyweight. He should have fought. He was an amateur. He was an amateur national champion at light heavy. Then he just jumped to heavy. I met him and I saw Kevin Rooney and his managers. They hired a nutritionist. I saw him literally put on 25 pounds. I met him. He was 175. A month or two later, he was debuting at 200 as a heavyweight, and he had that power. Picture how that was Jeremy's biggest regret is not fighting at cruiserweight his entire career or light heavy. Then that power he had, it carried over to heavyweight. Picture what he would have been doing at cruiser or light heavy. But such is life. Smash that like button. What up, Josh? What's poppin'? When they send you tickets, they can send you a copy to your phone. When who sends me tickets? You talking about the press passes? I'm not sure what you're talking about. What up, AK? What's poppin'? Good to see you. I conquered the battle world. Now I'm transitioning to sports. Got battle rap. Yeah. Okay. Did I say battle rap? I said hip hop. I don't know if I said battle rap. I need to see Shakur rematch Edwin ASAP. I mean, I guess. Boring, right? Even if his hand's not hurt, boring. Even if he beats De Los Santos, boring. Even if he beats him, what's that going to tell us? He should beat him. I don't want to see that again. Unless you're Dominican or you're a big De Los Santos fan or whatever, for whatever reason, but I don't want to see it because I'm not a fan of either. I mean, I like both guys, but I don't like both guys. Marco Haney versus Ryan not selling tickets at Barclays. It's not selling. I don't get the question. Is that a question or a statement? What, they're having problems moving it? They're asking $1,400 for decent seats. Minimum is $1,400 for decent seats. I'm talking level 200 is 1,400. Or no, level 200. No, excuse me, level 100. Not even the floor is 1,400. Floor, good seats, 4 to 5 G's. That's why they're not selling. It's goofy. What up, Ray? My bad, Marco. Thought Blue said BK. I'm from BK. I mean, excuse me. I live in BK. Strike that, reverse it. I'm from Manhattan, but I live in BK. I live in BK now for like almost 10 years. So that's probably what he meant. So I'm repping BK a little bit, I guess. But, when I was growing up in the 80s and 90s, BK was not what it is now. We got crossing guards here now. Crossing guards. And parent-teacher associations. Like, it was not like that when I was coming up. That's because downtown is a target. Word on the street. Winner of Edwin versus Rayo may get Tank. Tank versus Edwin would be a good matchup. I got Tank. It'd be fun because Edwin tries to fight, but Edwin's mad defensive. Let's not put all the blame on Shakur for that fight. Like the boringness of that fight. Edwin was he had his finger off that trigger for a lot of that fight. What up, that dude? Smash that like button. Of course, please smash that like button. That's a given. Please, please, please. Lance, what's up? What up, Lance? What's up, playa? Forgive any shit I've talked before. I heard your opinions, playa. I'm a POS. I don't know what ish you talked. I don't know what opinions you're talking about. I don't remember you talking any crap, but I appreciate the apology. I don't know what opinions that you liked of mine. You could tell me what you're talking about. Which opinions did you like and what were you talking about before? But I appreciate it either way. Only good energy in here. Super boring. Yeah, right? Snooze fest. That's because Ryan's behavior. I disagree, Norbs. Ryan's behavior is selling these tickets. He's selling it. I disagree with that. The fact is, Devin is an excellent fighter, one of the best pound for pound in the world, but he's not a draw. Not a big draw. He's a mediocre draw, unfortunately. And that's no shade on him. It's just that is what it is. So few fighters in boxing are draws. So few. Maybe 3 tops. 2 for sure, maybe 3. Take a moment to smash the like. Yep. Barclays done lost their minds. Yeah, I know. When you're chilling in the back on Blue Blood's channel, I said woohoo. Oh, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I get it. I just want to see if Shakur can beat him without injury. Yeah, but why are we okay? So I really would like, Josh, all of us in this room to really consider not speaking out, not putting, because your words matter. You saying this here because people watch my stream. I'm not saying I'm like the man, but it gets around, and I'm sure you're not only on my stream, you go on other people's. Your words, you guys as like the subscribers, the fans or whatever, boxing fans, your words have power. And when they see you say this, it gets in their head. But if they saw you saying, I don't want to see him rematch, I want to see him fight one of the 4 horsemen, or I don't want to see him fight anybody. It is time they all fight each other. If you guys would say that repeatedly, I think it would hold a lot of weight, and it would push these A side, D side diva tactics to the side a little bit. And it would make these fights happen, these fights that must happen. So I get what you're saying, but let's try to push the narrative of no, 4 horsemen fight each other. You can even throw Matthias in there as a 5th horseman, but really the 4 should be fighting each other. Band up. What up? Band up. What up? What's going on, my man? Salute right back to you. I got to break it down. Hard to write what I meant. All right. Nah, I was just judgmental. I saw you on Blue's channel. I was like, this guy. Yeah, well, that happens. I'm also one of the only white guys in boxing content. I feel like I'm racist towards a white guy because I don't like the other white guy who does it for. I shouldn't say I don't like him because I don't know him, but the dude with the long hair who does like fight hype or something. I don't know. I don't want to say he annoys me because I don't know him, but I don't know. But I get it. I get it. You don't know who I am. I'm on somebody's channel who you follow, and some dude you've never seen before pops up. I get it. But I appreciate you giving me a chance and liking me for me. I know a lot of cats trying to get rid of their tickets because they fear the fight. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I called the 100 million Canelo's going to ask for my guy. I mean, don't even get me started with that. With Canelo not wanting to fight, please. I mean, don't. I think everybody's on board. It's not like I'm saying something groundbreaking. Everybody can see right through Ryan phony boxing skills. Ryan could fight. The problem is he hasn't fine-tuned his right hand, and he did quit. He did. We can't. The reason why it's bad that he quit is we've all seen people get stopped legitimately from body shots. What do? They go down. They go, oh, they're wincing. They're in pain. They're rolling around. This dude just took a knee about 2 seconds after the punch landed and looked up at the ref and went. So that's why it's a problem. If he looked like he was in pain, nobody would have said anything. But sometimes guys, I'm just giving the benefit of the doubt. Possibly. I don't know what happened. Sometimes guys, and I've been there. I got hit a couple times where I didn't go down in the body, but I felt like I wanted to, but I played it off. So maybe he was playing it off. Although he did quit. Or sometimes your leg, this is more from headshots though. You get hit, you're totally fine mentally, but your legs aren't cooperating with your brain. But I don't think a body shot would do that. So you guys do the math. Have thumbs up for what, my man? Agree 100%. I do still think that Tank needs to fight. Yep, absolutely. Marco, you're an honorary Puerto Rican. Yo, Hell's Kitchen was like mostly Puerto Ricans when I was growing up. It was like predominantly Puerto Rican and then black. Hell's Kitchen. There was a couple pocket of like Irish people, but black and Puerto Rican was my neighbor growing up. All my public schools I went to, man, I was always been one of the few white boys. Then of course going into the boxing gyms coming up, I was always one of the only white boys, and it was a problem because I always got tested being the only white boy. They thought I was just going to be whack, and they would always test me. Now it was a good thing because it made me, I got my respect quick because and it made me get better, and it made me be hungry, or made me be more vicious. So it was a good thing, but it was also kind of annoying because I'd always have to get tested. So it was like reverse racism kind of. And I'm not crying how hard it was being white in America. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying in my neighborhood specifically. But it was all love. Like anybody who grew up in New York City, like in the 80s, 90s, you guys would all make fun of each other's races, but it was love. It was playful. But you were all cool. You know what I mean? So that happened a lot. But it was more coming from a place of love than anything. Although they could be vicious with the, as we call it, snapping. It's a mandatory Tank fight. Shakur, Devin, Tio. Yeah, no shizer. Nah, I've listened to you for a couple weeks on the Boxing Voice. You have a sound judgment. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Appreciate you, Lance. That's dope. Good to hear. Ryan can fight. He can't fight. He just needs to sharpen his toolbox. Pause. He quit. Yeah, he looks like he did, right? What's up, Christopher? Does Shakur need to rematch De Los Santos? I mean, no, we were just talking about this. Boring. Why? If he beats him, he's supposed to beat him. Do you really want to see it? Because De Los Santos was a huge part of how boring that fight was. It was mostly Shakur, but De Los Santos was mad defensive, mad counterpunch minded. Didn't pull the trigger at all. So I don't want to see that. If they're not fighting one of the four horsemen, let's not put it out there in the Twitterverse, in the Twitter sphere, that they should be fighting anybody else. Let's keep it only the four horsemen. The more we say it, the more it'll flood the pathways, the airways, and it'll make these fighters absorb it and get closer and closer to actually doing it. Marco, phantom punch by Tank onto Ryan. Ryan quitter. Ryan not a boxer. It wasn't a phantom punch. He hit him in the body. And he hit him in a rib that would seem like it was a known injury. It wasn't phantom. Didn't look like the hardest shot, but if you're already injured there, that's what happens. What is Hell's Kitchen known as today? Hell's Kitchen. They try to call it Clinton. Clinton. DeWitt Clinton was like a politician back in New York in the day. And there's a bunch of parks, like the biggest crack park in Hell's Kitchen is called the DeWitt Clinton Park. So they tried to change it to Clinton in like the late 90s or the 2000s. It didn't really stick. And then in the early 2000s, when it became cool to be like for living in Bushwick and Brooklyn, and all the whiteys moved in and started trying to make it cool to like live in the hard areas, they made sure to keep Hell's Kitchen because now they wanted to be able to tell people they're in Hell's Kitchen. But in the late 90s, when they tried to clean it up and make it less intimidating, they tried to call it Clinton, but it's still called Hell's Kitchen. Marco, are you white or from Israel? I am not. What makes you think I'm Jewish? Because I am not Jewish at all. So no, I am not Jewish. My mother is from Bulgaria, the country Bulgaria. She's like off the boat. She's an immigrant. I speak the language Bulgarian. I used to go there every summer. I got family out there. So I'm American because I grew up here, but I consider myself Bulgarian American, I guess. I think Ryan, not a good chance of beating Devin. He's faster than Devin naturally. Ryan, I think Ryan, not a good chance. No, Ryan's going to get outboxed. He's going to lose between 9 and 10 rounds of that fight, Ryan. That's what I'm guessing. I grew up in Bensonhurst. Yeah, man, that was all Italians. And you seem like you're around my age, Norbs, maybe a little younger, but I was, Yep. One of my boys actually from Bensonhurst. I don't know if you know him. I don't know how old you are. A dude named Frankie Kalansky. He passed away, but he was half Rican, half Italian. No, half Rican, half Jewish. So he had all kinds of identity issues because it was all like Italians in Bensonhurst. Big shout to my man Band Up. Big shout. Appreciate you, my man. Keep up the grind. Marco, 100%. You real one. Subscribe. Thank you so much. Band Up hitting me with that 2 spot. I appreciate you. Thank you. Have you ever seen the movie Sleepers? Of course I saw Sleepers. Martin, excuse me. Of course, a bunch of times. That was set before my era. In my era, it wasn't Irish mob back then. Like that was 50s, 60s, whatever. I grew up in the 80s and 90s. It was, like I said, mostly Hispanic, specifically Puerto Ricans and black. What up, SM? Shakur and Tank would be a mega fight. I don't know. Shakur and Devin don't have the drawing power Tank has. So it would be a mega fight for us, boxing fans, but not like for the earth. You know what I mean? Two-Tone, the superstar. That's a dope name. Shakur want to be Mayweather. Mayweather ran back his debatables against Maidana and Castillo. Salute to you too, my man. Yeah, but I think it's different because Shakur's not the level Floyd was when he had those debatables. And his debatables were exciting. Maidana's an exciting power puncher, right? Castillo's an exciting pressure power puncher. Shakur wasn't even a world champion just now when he fought Dos Santos, right? Or am I wrong? I could be wrong with that one. I get confused. So I think it's a little different, but I get where you're coming from with that. I get where you're coming from. Like, yeah, the great ones want to run them back. But it wasn't debatable. Like, I don't see Shakur. That wasn't debatable. He won. Boring. Won by jabs, but he won. I don't know. So to me, that's not debatable either. But, everybody's different. Why do we call them the Four Horsemen when they avoid the boogeyman Matthias? The Four Horsemen are titled. Well, Matthias just jumped in. So he could be one of the Fifth Horsemen. You know what I'm saying? Not really avoiding him. He just jumped, like, just recently did he have a couple victories, and, because he had lost, and then he got his get back. And so, love your channel. Thank you, my man. Thank you. Please hit the like button, the thumbs up. It helps my program through these YouTube algorithm streets. I don't see Shakur being able to keep Tank off with a jab. I honestly don't think that it's nearly as difficult for Tank. He won't keep him off with a jab, Josh. He's going to stay away from him with his feet. Shakur stays away with his feet. He doesn't keep people off. He stays away. There's a difference. He's going to not get into exchanges with Shakur. He's going to try it first, and he's going to feel the power, and then he's going to be smarter. That'd be my guess. You and Two-Tone should collab. don't know Two Tone, but it's first I'm hearing of him. But yeah, I'm down. I'm down to always collab with people, other content creators. Hit me in my Instagram DM, Two Tone. I'm always down, especially if SM refers it. Drich or D Rich, right? It's D Rich. It's probably not Drich because that's I don't think, but whatever. I remember Sleepers. They did Kevin Bacon dirty. They did all of them dirty, and yeah, that was messed up. They fought for the vacant. Oh, they did, huh? Okay. Well, Marco, any of these boxers give us Castillo versus Corrales fight? I say no. That Castillo versus Corrales, this right here, greatest fight I've ever seen in my life. Easy, easy. Greatest. Anybody in here who hasn't seen Diego Corrales versus Jose Luis Castillo, one, they fought twice. The first one, I urge you, don't leave now because I want to, I need you here. But after this stream, go on YouTube and watch Jose Luis Castillo versus Diego Corrales, the first fight. Greatest fight I've ever seen. It has skill at the highest level. Fighters had crazy speed, crushing knockout power, crazy boxing IQ. It had knockdowns out the ass, mad knockdowns. So excitement. What's the word when you don't know what's going to happen? Suspense. It had drama. It had cheating or bending the rules. It had everything you could think of, everything, and the most dramatic storybook movie ending that you don't expect coming. Watch that fight. Do you see Shakur being a draw outside the East Coast moving forward? No, not unless he picks up, unless he adds knockouts or adds a little more to his promotion, because he's kind of a quiet. You know what I mean? You haven't? Oh, band up. Trust me, and then come back tomorrow and let's talk about it. I should play that fight. I don't know if I get flagged for that though. Play that fight with all you guys watching one night. We talk about it in between each round. That's what I should do. Tank will KO Shakur with a body shot. Would you guys be down for that if I ever did that? If I did went in the lab, we did tape studies. Tank will KO Shakur with a body shot and KO Dev and Tio with the face. Possibly. I'm not so sure that Tank could catch Devin or Shakur. Tio's going to be there. But the thing, what Tio and Tank is the most exciting fight in boxing, in my opinion. One of the most exciting in boxing because they're both in front of each other. And Tio's the only one out of all four horsemen besides Tank that has knockout power. So Tio and Tank, and he stands there. They're going to exchange, go toe to toe, blow for blow like Evander and Bo. And somebody's going to get rocked. That's exciting. Shakur and Devin, they might stay away. They might be very effective and efficient at staying away. So I don't know if Tank could catch them. I say, if I had to pick of the four horsemen, I got Tank beating everybody. But it's like 60-40. I don't have it, I got Dave's outboxing Stevenson. Tank a box. What do you think stands out, and who do you think stands out in the 140 division? Matthias? Tio? Devin? You mean besides him? Shockingly, Castillo Corrales had Tony Weeks as a ref. I know. He played it right. He took the point away. I don't want to give it away, but he played it right. Do tape studies. Lil Young Chris. All right. What up? Hit the like button, please. Ring the doorbell when you come into my house. Por favor, which means just press that like button, which is my doorbell. I appreciate you guys. I don't know what we're at. Let me see where we're at. How many likes we at here? Let me refresh this. I got to go to a different thing. We're at 28. We should be more than that because we got 36 people in here. What up, Bob? Is not fighting Shakur, but Frank. Is not fighting Shakur, but Frank Martin? I don't get what you mean there, Bob. There he is. Stop motion. The champ. Go good. Shakur because he won't get hit. Possibly. Rigo, what's up? I got Tio. His resume speaks for himself. Tio can box just as well as Devin and Shakur, but got power. Tank really can't box. I might agree with you, Rigo. On any given night, Tio's a wild card of the Four Horsemen. Any given night, when he's on his game, when he's sharp, and unfortunately he showed us that some nights he's not sharp, which why there's any doubt. But when he is sharp, which has been most of his career, he can beat anybody in boxing. But the notion that Tank can't box, Tank can box. I put up a lot of sparring videos of fighters. Why? Because, well, first off, I can't put fights. Just so you guys know, I could put shorts of fights, but not full length videos because I get flagged. I'm not allowed to monetize it. So, or they'll take it down or they'll flag me. So yeah, can't make money or they just take it down. So I go with sparring. But the main reason I go with sparring is sparring gives us an insight because fighters in sparring, a lot of fights you see, fighters aren't working on stuff. They're not being as versatile in fights because they're trying to get the job done. They're trying to get the fighter out of there. So sometimes you don't see all the layers that the fighters have. In sparring, you get to see that. And I've seen a lot of Tank sparring in person and also on video, and he can box. He's just relegated to being a puncher because of his size. His size is a disadvantage. So it's hard to box with dudes who are just taller than you, have better reach, better length. Pause. I don't see Tank going to 140. Coach Calvin told me that they probably see him going to 147 when he gets to his heaviest. So, and Marco Shakur's feet won't save him. Tank is going to press him and on the ropes and cut the ring off. Tank has better and faster feet than. I don't think he has faster feet than Shakur. I disagree there. I think Shakur's feet are faster. Edwin could have beaten Core even when Core was holding. Core was getting cracked. Nah. I mean, he could have, but he didn't. So let's be fair here. Let's not be biased at all. Like, I don't know if you don't like Shakur, but try and look at it for what it was. And maybe that's what you saw. That's not what I saw though. Tio got good power, got crazy good power. I like Tio after Martin fight. You don't like Tio or you do? I don't know what that meant, band up. Who wins between Jermaine Ortiz and Edwin Dos Santos? Boring. I don't know. Bro, these pay-per-view events need to start having titles back. Yeah, I know. Tank can box, but like Tio would have KO'd Cruz, but styles make fights. Yep, exactly. Chase Durr, what up? Hey, Marco, do you think Larry Holmes was underrated? Not by people who know boxing. If you know boxing, you know that Larry Holmes is one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. Held the title for the third longest amount of time in boxing history. But a lot of today's people, even people in the room right now, no disrespect to any of you guys, but you guys, the ones who are younger, probably don't know much about Larry Holmes. So it's because, and it's not your fault even. There's so much information now available with the internet, and there's so much, it's hard to keep people's attention span. So people just focus on the current. It's hard to focus on the past. So, yeah. What's easier fight to overcome? What's easier for a fight to overcome, reach or speed? Reach. Because you could time with you. Speed can overcome reach and timing can overcome reach. Speed's very hard to overcome. Teofimo's power is overrated. It depends who's rating it. Oh, you don't like Tio. Okay, well, I don't blame you. I still like Tio, but I get it. Tank, in my opinion, is just as good, maybe better boxer than Tio. I agree. But he's shorter, significantly shorter. So it would be hard for, you know what I'm saying? Tio's about 5'8", Tank's what, 5'5", if that? Pitbull versus Rolly. I got a Pitbull by a non-controversial decision. Like, I don't think he's not going to blow him out, but it's going to be a win to where nobody questions it. Like, yeah, it was a good fight, but Rolly lost. That's what I see happening. No knockouts, I don't think. Casuals think Larry Holmes' claim to fame was Ali fight. Nah, yeah, that's absolutely not true. That made people hate him. Joe Louis, 26 second title defenses. Yep. Joe Louis had the most title defenses. Longest reigning. Oh, wait, longest consecutive title defenses. Klitschko had the most title defenses cumulatively, I think. What's up, Dez? What's poppin'? Holmes, arguably the best heavyweight ever. A jab ever. Yup, absolutely. And he got the jab from Ali. You know, he did. Sparring him, coming up with him. What do you think about Jake versus Mike? Jake versus Mike is like a guilty pleasure. It's like a car crash. You see it coming. You see both cars coming high speed. You see them headed right for each other, but you can't look away. You have to see what happens, even though you know somebody's going to get hurt or it's going to be ugly. That's Jake versus Mike. Don't know what to think. I feel guilty for what I feel almost like, I feel guilty for watching it. Like I shouldn't be watching it, but I'm going to watch it. Pitbull. Yeah, I get that. Yes, sir. Holmes was overshadowed by Ali before him and Mike Tyson after him. Yep. Well, he had a chance to be not be overshadowed by Mike Tyson, and he got slept. All I know is that Mike got revenge for Holmes. Yep. And basically already. Yep. Well, he didn't get Parkinson's because Holmes beat him up. That's years and years of cumulative damage. He already had Parkinson's when he fought Holmes, by the way. This came out afterwards. What up, Teach? Was crack-a-lackin'. Does Tank possess the skills that Pacquiao had to overcome his size and advantages to make... No. Pacquiao was faster, but the most important thing was Pacquiao had his footwork, his angles, and his punches and bunches. So Pacquiao will get in so fast with his feet and throw so many punches that he would overwhelm guys. So it was his speed, his footwork, and his angles. Tank has decent speed. Footwork is so-so. The angles are so-so. Tank just has a very high IQ, but he uses his IQ differently. And, of course, he has more power, one-punched power than Pacquiao. At 140. Pacquiao hit really hard when he was lighter. One punch. Holmes was washed by the time he fought. Yeah, it's true. Nah, he doesn't stop Tyson in his prime. Mike Tyson, 1984 to 89, Mike Tyson has an argument to beat any boxer in history. Holmes was 38 when he fought Tyson. Was he 38? I don't think he was 38, but he was close. Tank never going to 147. Get that shit out of y'all head. That's what Coach Calvin told me. Excellent, unbiased breakdowns. Appreciate you. Go good. You go good. You go good. Tank special, man. He is. I agree. What up, Bruce? Up in the heezy. Marco, you sleeping heavy on Tank footwork. Dude. Is that racist? I'm just playing. Maybe I am. What do you mean? Like, what do you mean? Because I'm saying that Pacquiao's footwork was better. And that's just a fact. Very few fighters in history had better footwork than Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Orlando Gonzalez is up there. But what do you mean exactly? What about his footwork are you talking about that's really good? And if you're right, you're right. I think Tank would need to KO a KO to... I don't like when people say that. You don't need anything. Like, he can outbox him. You're saying he probably won't? Okay, but don't say he needs it, because that means, like, there's no other option. And any fighter could win by KO or by decision. Tank wouldn't do Taylor like Tio, in my opinion. He's too short. And Tank doesn't leap in. Tio's like Roy Jones kind of, he'll leap in. Yeah, Tank doesn't leap in. Tank is very planted. So, yeah, I don't think he could do him that way. I'm not saying he wouldn't beat him, but it would be different. He couldn't beat 78, 83 Holmes. That you have an argument for that. I still pick Tyson based on what I saw when they actually fought, because if it was like close, I'd be like, okay, 7 years earlier, but it wasn't even close. So I disagree. But you do have an argument. Prime Holmes is one of the best ever. So who is Errol Spence come back at 54? Is he coming back, though? Virgil Ortiz. Thurman, that'd be dope if Thurman even... Has there ever been a fighter whose fighting style changes so much from the beginning of his career to the middle of his career, like Tyson? You just confused me, Martin. Tyson's style barely changed at all. He did, those of you who know my background, I lived with Kevin Rooney. I was taught the Customato Peekaboo style. Because literally lived in Kevin Rooney's house. I was up there with all of them. So I know that style very well. So he used it. He wasn't as disciplined and he wasn't as textbook with it after he left Kevin Rooney when he went with Don King, but he always used that style. What do you mean? How did he change his style? He's always had that bob and weave style. Never changed at all. Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. Word to mother. Errol Spence should beat on this Irish kid named Caleb Walsh. Why? Don't we want to see Spence fight like a big name? He's at the point in his career where he should just fight big money fights and then retire. Tank has some of the best footwork in the game at the moment. Y'all need to watch. Explain what you mean. You can say that, and I'm open to listening to you. I'm not saying you don't know what you're talking about, but you gotta give down, you gotta hand down the paperwork which has all of the supporting evidence. Otherwise, it's just words. I want to hear it. He needs a tune-up fight first. Nah, that's a misconception. People don't need tune-up fights. When you're at the level of these guys, you've been fighting so long. I said this about Thurman. Taking time off actually benefits you. You don't get ring rust, especially like you will get ring rust if you didn't step in the gym for years, didn't step in a gym at all, didn't spar nothing, and then just jump right in the ring and fight. That's ring rust. If you're in the gym sparring, you don't get ring rust. You just don't. If anything, at that level, you're resting your body. You're not accumulating mileage on your body and on neurological mileage by getting hit in the head. It's actually better for you when you're at that level. Now, if you're just starting out as a fighter and learning and building, then yeah, then it's bad to not be active. Big Vaughn Doogie, what's up? Yo, Marco, busy tonight, just stopping by. Hit that like and remind Stop Motion that he's still a rookie. Ooh, played you out. Stop. Hey, Marco, love your show. Thank you, Chase. Do you think Larry Holmes was underrated, and do you think Lennox Lewis was probably the best it's been around? Yes and yes. Larry Holmes was underrated, but I talked about this before you asked this. Most people don't know much about him. Like a couple of people in the room now kind of prove that they heard of him, but so it's more about newbies. He was so long ago, people just don't know him. But yeah, he's not in the conversation. Only hardcores know him. And Lennox Lewis was absolutely top 5 greatest heavyweight of all time. You could even argue top 3. Lennox was crazy, but a lot of that had to do with his size, and he was one of the first big guys with those kind of skills and athleticism. Yo, Vaughn, my stepson's past your bedtime. Ooh, played you right back. Bob, he mean that Mike, instead to use peekaboo properly, was more of a brawler. Yeah, he stopped using it, but his style was still very similar, I think. And I know that style very well. It was still peekaboo. He didn't utilize it as much for sure, but he didn't switch his style tremendously. Holmes is the greatest heavyweight still living. Maybe. Go look at Tank's footwork when he fought Pitbull Cruz, who was applying nonstop pressure. It's easy to apply footwork on somebody who's standing right in front of you the whole time. I want to see him do it to people like Josh Taylor, for example, who's a boxer, who's long, who moves. When somebody's just doing this, coming straight at you, it's way easier to apply footwork. So I would need a different example for me to see what you're talking about. Spence versus Thurman, walk away fight for both men. What you mean walk away? Like the loser retires? Pac-Man was my late uncle's favorite boxer. For that reason alone, I always love and support him. Yeah? All right. Wash this kid tonight. Oh, snap. Do you have trainers today who you rate very high? No, because I don't rate trainers. I don't critique them because I'm not there in the gym watching them. I mean, I've done it a little, but I don't know what they do. I don't hear the interactions with the fighters because, on TV, you don't hear much of what they say to each other in between rounds. You hear a little here or there, but it bounces back and forth. So I don't know. I'm not going to comment on something I haven't seen their magic. I haven't seen their work unfold in person. I haven't seen enough of it, so I have no idea. Would you take Primer to Bow over most of today's heavyweights? Good question. Probably. He had a heart problem, like not heart literally, but what's the word? What's another word for heart? For like determination. He had a determination problem. So that skill-wise, yes, but he had a determination problem. Once he won that title, he just didn't care anymore. Not happening. AB called everyone in the lightweight division. My opinion is that Adrian Broner was talented, but was not dedicated to the sport. He was clubbing. Yeah, that's about right. Soul Almighty, what's up? How do you think Usyk versus Fury goes? I see Fury wearing Usyk down with a tremendously hard body attack. I see him leaning on Usyk. I see him wearing Usyk down with crafty / quote dirty tactics and just pounding him down to the body, relentlessly attacking him and wearing him down, and also keeping him at popping him with a lot of jabs at distance. So yeah, I see Fury stopping Usyk, which will be primarily due to the relentless body attack. The sustained relentless body attack. So Tank didn't use footwork and angles on Hector Garcia and Sular. I don't know who Sular is, but Hector Garcia I do know, and he did. Yeah, he did. He did. I just don't think his footwork is as good. Okay. I forgot what started this whole conversation. We're comparing Shakur. Shakur and Tank have different footwork. Shakur moves in and out very well, very fast with his feet. Tank does have good footwork, but it's not elite level, in my opinion. But I should look at him more because you could have a point. It's just it doesn't stand out when I watch him. So I'll say that. Maybe you're right. I'm gonna pay attention to it next time, but it doesn't stand out to me. His footwork is not what stands out. It's more his counter punching, his IQ. And I know footwork's a part of IQ, so you might have a point. I'm gonna have to check it out. But off the top, Tank and footwork, I don't think to myself, Tank is dope footwork. It never stood out to me. Okay, who's your favorite boxer in this generation and the type of style you like? Roy Jones, baby. Or is that not this generation? Do you still think 135 Mosley beats everyone at 135 today? That's a good question. It's a very good question. How would Mosley do against 135? Mosley was like unfair. He was so good. That would be dope. Yeah, I think 135 Mosley was too fast and hit too hard. I think Tank and Shakur would have a big problem with him. Big problem with him. But he stayed at 135 so slightly, like so little amount of time because he could barely make that. But yeah, I know Shane personally, right? I remember texting him recently. An Instagram clip came up of him fighting at 135. He knocked somebody out. Maybe it was Golden Johnson, somebody. And I texted him and I forwarded that clip, that short, and I'm like, yo, 135U was just, it was unfair. It wasn't even competitive. I think he said LOL or whatever, but great question though, SM. Sweet Pea versus Pryor. Ooh, damn. Chase, you coming with that heat. Whoo, I'm going to make that bounce. I'm going to make it bounce. That's going to bounce. That was such a dope question. Bounce with me, bounce with me. Dicka, bounce with me. Oh, man, I don't know. You have to go with Sweet Pea because Sweet Pea never lost. But, well, he did lose in it. But in his prime, he never lost. I just think Sweet Pea, I don't know. Sweet Pea was so good at making people miss, but Pryor's gas tank never stopped. You know what I'm saying? And he hit so hard. So eventually maybe he would catch up to Sweet Pea. I don't know. Dope question. No idea. Marco, what do you think about Raymond Murtala? Well, what I think is, I don't know who that is. So, no clue who that is. Andrew Galata, he outbacks, but he beat that. Andrew Galata literally gave Bo, it's pugilistic dementia it's called, but made him be punch drunk. Literally. If you see Bo's interview before their second fight and Bo's interview after, he was slurring his words right after that fight and it never went away. Literally. Galata beat the crap out of Bo. Galata just had a lot of mental issues and he had no self-esteem or confidence. And the second he would get hit or not be able to finish somebody, he would just be like, I'm not good enough. And he would just try and cheat to get out of it. That's what I think about Galata. But such a talented, big guy. He was on steroids too, from what I've heard. So that kind of takes away from it. Tank uses his tools based on his opponent. If you need a couple tools, Why use the whole bag? That's why you don't always see it, because people okay, well, you could have a point. How would a fight with Prime Pacquiao versus Prime Canelo go? At 54? Nah, Pacquiao's too small. Canelo's too big for that. That wouldn't be good. By the way, I like Shakur. Nobody outside of Tank beats him. And Shakur and Dev are 50-50. Okay. I kind of agree with that. Lucky Lucci. Blow it up. Why don't more heavyweights use that push and pop jab like Foreman did versus Frazier? Push and pop. You mean like push him off and hit him? Well, it's technically illegal. Big Bang versus because it's illegal. That's why, I think. And those of you who've been in there know this. When you're pushing somebody off, you're exerting a lot of energy. That'll drain you so much faster if you're constantly pushing somebody off. That's used for certain times only. Hey, Marco, you know NYC well. What do you think about South Box Gym? I know Eric Kelly. I came up with him. He seen me spar. Like, he was around back in the day when I was active. It's my man. I've never been to that gym, though, but I talked to Eric and see him at events and stuff frequently. What about the fight you want to? What's the fight you want to see the most right now, even if they aren't scheduled? Tank and Tio, and Benavidez and Canelo, and Fury and AJ. Who are your favorite boxing trainers? I already went through this. Chase, I don't really have any. Because again, I don't really know what trainers can do, because that's only something that the fighter knows. You know what I'm saying? Like, us as fans, us as bystanders, we don't really know what a trainer does. We have an idea. We see little here and there, but you don't get a real idea. Like, you see a fighter, you know exactly what they do because you watch, thousands of rounds of theirs, or whatever, hundreds of rounds, I should say, over time. So you know what they do. But trainer, you don't really know what he does, because they're not always mic'd up in between rounds, and they're never mic'd up. You're never listening to them in the training camps. So based on the last fights, Dev might smoke Tio. Dev going to do the same thing to Ortiz, but with more offense. Okay. What's the illegal tactic that you most in boxing that's never called? Holding, I guess. Holding's illegal. Rabbit punches, hitting behind the head. That's really about it. Yeah. How can Ryan Garcia win the fight against Devin Haney? If he develops his right hand, and he can, because Ryan Garcia, if you'll notice, he's a move, and then springs in for one punch or a couple, and then jumps out. So if he can get his right hand to be able to explode with the same speed as his left, and if he doesn't move so much and stays more planted and in the pocket, he has a chance. But if he does what he normally does, where he moves, and just explodes one or two punches here or there, Devin's going to be able to pick those off, see those coming 20 miles away. What up, Angry? Should they allow leaving the lead hand out against fighters? Yeah. Leave it out. To me, if somebody leaves their lead hand out, that's better for me. Because now one hand is completely immobilized. So I don't have to worry about them. I can come in, hit him in the body. You slap the hand away and hit him. Yeah, I think they should. Devin can take body shots from Canelo. Canelo is finished. David can take body shots. I don't know what that means. You mean if he could take that away from him? 41 likes. Yeah, baby. Give me some more likes. Aaron says, what up? I'm glad to be on your channel. Thank you. I'm an idiot, but have there been fights at the Garden recently? You're not an idiot. And I don't know. I know we got the one coming up at the Barclays, but I don't know. There's been a couple, but nothing crazy. You in New York, Aaron? Floyd used to put his forearm to his opponent's throat and never got called. Shakur does it. That's illegal. Yeah, that's illegal. We're going to do these championships in about 5 minutos or so. the Marco Boxing Trivia Championships. Those of you, is this Aaron I know? Is this McKinney? This isn't the Aaron I know, is it? I have a feeling it is. You type like him. And if it is, this is my man. My man from literally from junior high school. Grew up in NYC, Manhattan together. If this is the Aaron, I'm thinking it is. Yeah, it is. What up, big dog? What up? My man. This kid could dunk at like 13 years old. He was the only kid in junior high school who was dunking on people at 13. Just throwing it down. He was only like 6 feet, too, at the time. Wasn't even that tall. He just got crazy ups. My man. Yeah, I came up with him. Good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. What's the best boxing gym in NYC? Must be Gleason's. That's like the most known. Most known. If Canelo fights David, I'm going to launch David's body. If Canelo fights David, he's going to launch David's body. If David can defend stomach punches. Okay. I don't think that's the key to it personally, but that's definitely a piece of the puzzle for shizzle. Think Ike Ibiabuchi would have, yeah, he would have been, Ike Ibiabuchi would have been crazy. He was one of the most talented heavyweights in history. He's one of the biggest what ifs in history. I have a friend that lives in CT. All right. You so crazy. Do you think Canelo can beat Bivol in a rematch? Yes, I do. I don't know if he would, but he definitely has a shot if he switches things up, especially if they fight at 68. What up, Jimmy? Jimmy Neutron. Salute. Please hit that like button. As I said, you guys are guests in my home, and I'm glad to have you, but you have to hit the doorbell before you come to somebody's house. Otherwise, that is just rude and presumptuous. And my doorbell is the like button, the thumbs up button. So please hit it. Thank you. Do you think Prem Kovalev would have beaten Nello? Yes. He almost did. He was boxing him, not even hitting him hard. It was just like tapping him and then got caught. He was beating him and got caught one shot. Prime Kovalev would have put some thump behind those shots. And Canelo, yeah, nah, definitely. But didn't work out that way, did it? You know what I'm saying? Do you think you already asked that one? Yo, Marco, I got to know you because that Shannon Briggs versus Rampage interview. Alright. Dope. Appreciate you. Yeah, I'm gonna be Briggs promised me that I'm gonna be commentating their fight that's coming up, I think, this summer. He promised me. So if I'm not there, you message him, tell him that he lied. He got me like, and I'm involved with that. I'm gonna interview him again soon. Because now that the fight's official. Thoughts on why Canelo ducking Benavidez? He said it. He just said it. Everybody's focusing on him saying he brings nothing to the table and I need 200 million. But what really mattered in that what he said, the key words in my opinion, was the 25 pounds. Canelo is naturally a 160 pounder who is successful at 168 because he hits hard, he's so experienced, he's so talented. He knows that Benavidez is naturally a 175 pounder that can make the 68 limit. He knows that Benavidez is also 3, 4, 5, 6 inches taller and naturally bigger. He knows that he's out of his league. He's punching, what do they say? Punching above his belt or whatever they call it. He's too big. Canelo knows that. That's why he doesn't want to fight him. Too big, too fast, too tenacious. He's just one of the most talented guys we've seen, and he's naturally way bigger. That's why. In my opinion, nobody beats Beterbiev and David and Bivol 50-50. Possibly. Yeah, possibly. Beterbiev might be able to beat all of them. I don't know. Beterbiev versus Benavidez is going to be the fight to watch. Do you think Bivol took a lot out of Canelo? He hasn't had a dominant win since. No, because he didn't hit him that much. I think he's just going through stuff. Marco will beat up Rampage himself. Tank needs to fight Matias better than Martin, in my opinion. Yeah, agreed. Ike was the question mark. Yeah, man, Ike. Facts. I don't know which one you're talking about, which facts you're referring to, but thank you. Canelo just beat the crap out of running Charlo. That's right. I was just thinking that. Charlo didn't give much fight back, so maybe that's what he means. But still, yeah, he beat the crap out of him. If you take away the hype of Benavidez Nello fight, do you think Benavidez versus Bivol better BF winner is a better fight? No, no. Canelo versus Benavidez is one of the best fights in boxing. Now, if better Biev slays Bivol, slays him, then it becomes a way better fight. So we're waiting to see what happens before we could really start talking about what's a better fight, what's a worse fight, or whatever. Best Canelo breakdown is the best I've heard so far. Oh, thanks, man. Mine? You're talking about? I'm assuming. I appreciate you. What's saying about the 25-pound thing? Yeah. Well, that's what I think. And I know as a fighter, that's the things you think about. You know, a big dude. You start feeling when you're in there with somebody 20, 25 pounds heavier, which is exactly, you start feeling it. You don't feel, that's why I tell people are like, oh, Tank and Shakur, different weight classes. That's 5. You don't feel 5 pounds in the ring. You don't feel it. You don't even feel 10 pounds. You start feeling it at 15, 20. That's when you start feeling like, oh, this is a bigger dude. Like, he won't move. Or boom, that didn't seem hard, but he's getting all his weight behind it. So that just makes sense to me. Marco, you kind of look like Charlie Zelenoff, second cousin. That's fucked up. I don't look like that psycho. The only issue I have with Canelo is that he has the belts. That's not his fault, Teach. Everybody complains about Canelo. Oh, you're holding him hostage. Why would he relinquish his belts? No. Who's it up to? The people who make the rules, the sanctioning bodies. Blame them. They should have stripped him, but all they care about is sanctioning fees. So what are you going to do? Blame them, not Canelo. You don't get credit for a guy that didn't try. Okay. It's a dominant win. Knock it off. Marco, what is the fight that you really love to see? Benavidez, Canelo, AJ Fury, Tank Tio, Inoue Loma. Henry Munchol, LeBron, what you think of him? What you talking about? Henry Munchol LeBron, is that a fighter? Because clearly I don't know who that is, if it is. I don't know who it is. No sé. Yo no sé. I'm blaming both. Yeah, why not? Oscar Collazo also fighting soon. I love Oscar Collazo. Come on, man. He's in New Yorican. Of course I like him. It's my man's. We actually had his trainer was my promoter when I fought. His old trainer. I think they have beef now, but Tank versus Dev, most anticipated fight. Bud and Boots, yes. Forgot about that one. Nah, I think Tank versus Tio will be more fun for me. Tank versus Dev is more anticipated because they're both undefeated. It's better for like the purists, but the more exciting fight, Tank versus Tio. But yeah, Boots versus Bud, that's a good one for Schnizzle. Big Herman. I'm assuming it's Herman. Shakur gas tank gets worn down when Tank will get a chance to stop him. We'll see. Shakur looks like he can keep going, man. He looks like he has an energizer stuck up his ass. He'll just keep going. Bro, you don't know Henry Munko LeBron, bro? Nope, I do not. But send him to me. I'll check him out. You really remind me of James Murray from... I've heard that. So I actually know Sal Volcano from that show. Like, I'm mad cool with him. And I've heard that so many times. But I think it's insulting because Murray's not a good-looking dude. And I'm not a goofy, dorky... and if you think I am, keep it to yourself. But yeah, I've heard that before. Is Jose Sean Zepeda done now? Yeah, I think so. Teach, as a champion, you have to fight your Mandos. True. But if you're looking, sometimes if a Mando's not what it should be, you go for that legacy. You get rid of that belt and do what you got to do. Legacy. It's about legacy at some point. Go and check him out. He's a strong Puerto Rican. He beat William. Okay, I will. LeBron, that stands out. The name LeBron. Tank vs. Tio will be hell of a fight while it lasts. Hell yeah. Bombs away. Tank versus Devin or Canelo Alvarez? Tank versus Devin or Canelo Alvarez? Which would you pick? And you don't. Tank versus Devin or Canelo? What versus Benavidez? I don't know the question. Marco, what do you think of Wilder versus Zhang? I just hope Wilder doesn't turn into one of those dudes now that just gets beat up and like he just starts losing and getting beat up for the rest of his career. And all of the amazing knockouts, him being one of the hardest punchers in history, is strongly marred and strongly his legacy is just disrupted for that. I just hope that doesn't happen. If he's fighting, I hope he has that same drive again. What's better fight? What better fight option? Fighting WBC interim belt 175. I don't know, man. I don't know. Benavidez. Oh, I want Benavidez versus Canelo to happen. I'd rather that happen than Tank versus Haney. Fighter that should be in the Hall of Fame. Just a whole bunch of them. I'll be here all day. Good night, guys. All right. Peacicles. Yeah, I gotta run this championship soon. Tank versus Matias will be fire, but Tank would beat him via decision or KO. You might have a point. I'm seeing by the way, Josh, I'm seeing a common theme here with you. You're a Tank fan. Saw Adorno is fighting Nicholas Waters in Pro Box. No idea that Waters still fought. Yeah, I didn't know that either. Henry LeBron beats Oshaki. Okay. We'll see. That's good to have young, skilled upcoming dudes. Bud Dunn at 147. Yeah, definitely. Bud is not going back to 47. He could, though, if it was like a huge money fight. Bud is that kind of dude who can be disciplined enough. He would do it. But there's nobody at 47. Well, there's Boots, but he doesn't want to do that. No one beats Subriel. Well, Yoel, somebody already did beat Subriel. Now, he might have knocked Homeboy out in the rematch, but somebody did already beat him. Just saying. Just saying. Yoel, you're Puerto Rican, aren't you? You're riding deep with your Puerto Rican brethren, which is cool. I get it. I love Puerto Ricans. Had me a bunch of Puerto Rican honeys back in the day. Is being a 4-division champ like Broner or Mikey Garcia make them out automatic first? Is beating, you mean? No. One win can never make you an automatic. Is that what you're saying? No. Just beating Broner or Mikey Garcia does not put anybody in a first ballot Hall of Fame. I don't think one fighter can ever do that for you, if that's what you're asking me. We're talking about Subriel now. I know. Who's the most overrated fighter in boxing right now? Still is, the juggernaut, I think. Joyce. Joe Joyce to me is super overrated. I don't get it. Not Subriel fighting drunk and high. Is that what it was? He was drunk and high when he lost? I didn't know that. I believe it. He seems like a nut job. Like anybody who's that vicious in the ring has to have some screws loose. Shit, I had some screws loose. Tank, Boots, Bud, David, and Morrell are my favorite fighters, but even outside of bias, based on what I see from Tank, I can't see no one beating him. Okay. I'm with you, by the way. Devin Haney looked so good his last fight. It made me be like, and Shakur looked so good running, even though it was boring. He showed me oh, he cannot lose if he doesn't want to lose. So that made me be like, before that, I thought Tank would stop them both. And I still lean on Tank for beating everybody, but they showed me a lot in their last fights. Munguia versus Canelo, they're both at the same level. I don't want to see them at all, especially when you have you have 3 fighters, 4 if you include Matias, that Tank should fight, and that have been mandatories and that have been, not mandatories, but have been on the coattail and right there to fight for 3 to 4 years now. Same thing with Canelo. Benavidez has been there for 3 or 4 years. Then you go and you fight these guys. Snooze fest. I don't like it. No one beat the Subriel sacrificing his family and training thousands of. Okay. Them being 4-division champs make them Hall of Famers. No, I don't. I've said this before. Belts do not make a Hall of Famer, in my opinion. Who you beat to get the belts makes you a Hall of Famer. Now, usually the guys who have belts are the top of of the pile. So that does make you Hall of Famer. But that's my point. It's all individual basis. I got to break down in each individual fighter for me to say, yeah, that's, because there's a lot of champions right now that shouldn't be champions. If you beat them, I wouldn't be like, well, that's a champion. Nah, depends who you fight. Simple. There's a lot of legacy fights, guys who don't have the belt. So definitely agree with Joe Joyce. Probably one of the most, yep. And Zhang, stop that freight train quickly. Can't wait for the fight next week. Yeah, me too. Morel versus Billy. Who you got? I'm not that impressed with Billy. I'll go with Morel. And Billy's fun to watch, but he's has a lot of holes. Very beatable, I think. Can you see Tank, Haney, and Ryan avoiding Shakur because of his? Yes. Many might argue that's what they're doing right now. Devin looked good against a slow opponent with bad feet. Yep, that's true. That's true. But he still showed explosiveness, power. He was able to show us other angles that we have, because against Loma you couldn't see any of that, because Loma was one of the greatest fighters ever, and it's really tough for him to. So it showed us tools. It showed us sides of Devin we haven't seen. Do you watch? No, I do not. Yeah, bro. Matthias had depression when he fought. Okay. Well, good. Hopefully his mind is straight. Deb is awesome, and my order is Tank Shakur. Yeah, I got you. 20 tile defenses in one weight class, 6 division champ, no weight class. 20 tile defenses in one weight class, 6 division champ. I don't get it. You're asking which I like better? Puerto Rican en la puta casa via Queens Village. Puerto Rico en la puta casa. I'm a Puerto Rican in this bitch. I'm a Puerto Rican up in this bitch in Queens Village. Is that good? Did I translate that? Queens. Queens is like my second home. Those of you who don't know, my father was from Queens, so I spent a lot of time in Queens growing up. It was like my second home to Manhattan. If you beat Bernachek at 35, Rolly 140, Barrows, doesn't mean you're a legend. I agree. It matters who. Yep. No one beat Matthias, dude. It's trained. Okay. Damn, Joel's going hard for the Ricans. Good for you. Good for you. I feel like I should play, if I had a soundbite, Puerto Rico, Gongola, the Big Pun song. Whatever, I can't sing, but you know what I'm saying. If you had to bet on who's the best career when it's all said and done out of 4 kings, 4 horsemen, they're not kings yet. Maybe Devin, because he's taken more risks. Even though I think Tank would beat Devin just by little, but maybe Devin I'd have to go with. All right, we're going to do the championships in like 2 minutes, guys. Which would I rather have? I don't know, man. Maybe the first one? I don't know. Matthias might be ain't fought no com. Yep. Heard someone from Ergazev's team claim that he was stabbed in the leg 3 times. Oh, yeah, I heard that too. It's possible. My mom from Queens, also near Belmont Park. Word up. Word up. Still go to Queens, man. I like Queens. Big Pun. Big Pun to me is the greatest MC lyrically of all time. All time. Because he could come on some smooth shit. He could come hardcore. He could come with comedy. He could come like for the ladies. He could come funny, humorous, and he could come with tiggity tongue twisting stuff on that twister tip. He could do it all. Yeah, I think he's. I don't want to get into hip hop, but like to me, we talk about the most underrated boxers. He's with the most underrated MC. You don't really hear him in the top 5 almost ever. Big Pun for real. I love Big Pun. Listen, that's Cap. He just quit because he felt the power. Okay, I'm talking Haney too. He was a trust me. He'll break Matthias. I want to break Matthias' soul. Okay. Do you think Thurman and Zoo would have been a good start? No. I mean, yeah, it would have been, because Thurman's very smart. IQ. He's very technical, and Zoo isn't. We don't think, but it would have been fun. Fundora is more fun because he just bangs out. Thurman would be moving more, and Thurman won't go into a firefight as much as Fundora will. So that's gonna be fun. Edwin Dos Santos versus Matias would be great. Yep, it would be. Big Pun a killer. God, Amaze. Nah, Henry versus LeBron. Trust. All right. Fury versus Usyk is one of the biggest fights. Yep. Well, because it's the first undisputed heavyweight championship of the 4-belt era ever. So hopefully we'll get a winner. Because don't forget, we don't automatically have an undisputed champion. That can go. It could be a draw. It could be DQ. So it might not automatically happen. TS will lose against Tank. Okay, you guys are coming a little too fast here at me. Because Big Pun was light skinned. Any word from David? Nah, I haven't heard anything. I want to see Jermell Charlo fight Zoo. Yeah, me too, actually. Bro, the whole West Coast copy Frankie Cutlass Puerto Rican beat. Yeah, I bet they do. Big Pun like Biggie, he didn't do enough to be not enough material. Yeah, he died too young. I agree. I agree. I don't agree that he didn't do enough because you just saw it's like you saw the skill, like seeing Roy Jones. You see him, you're like, yo, you saw Mike Tyson. He only peaked at 23 years old, but you saw the skills. Big Pun, he just stuff came out of his mouth. You just never saw nothing like that before. If Ezian just fought, okay. LeBron broke down. Yeah. Okay, you know what we're gonna do, guys? I gotta get out of here. Let's do the trivia championships. Those of you who are in here who are new, right now we're doing the Marco Boxing Trivia Championships. We do it at the end of every live stream. Here's how it works. I'm going to ask a question. Stop motion. You still in here? He's a defending champion. I'm going to ask a question, and you guys have 10 seconds to answer the question. 10 seconds because I don't want anybody Googling it. And I know you guys probably still could if you want. I trust you guys are going to do this honestly, and you're going to want to win because you won, not because you're cheating. Anybody who loves boxing, I know my subscribers are stand-up dudes, so no cheating. 10 seconds. I ask a question. Whoever puts it first in the chat gets 1 point. The first 3 points. So basically the first to answer 3 questions correct takes the MB Trivia Championship belt. And if you could take it from the current champion Stop Motion, who is here, there he is, props. He's won 4 in a row, I think. 4 in a row? 3 or 4 in a row. And swept one of them. So in boxing terms, he had a couple first-round knockouts and a bunch of unanimous victories, like all 12 rounds won. All right. So that's how we do it. Oh, you got jokes? Game made Zay has got jokes. Okay, cool. Jersey. All right, here we go. First question. Remember, 10 seconds. All right. What weight? Now, I will take either the actual number in pounds or the name of the weight, the division. But what weight did Manny Pacquiao debut at? So Pacquiao's first fight ever, what weight class was that in? Go. 10 seconds. What weight did Manny Pacquiao debut at? 7 seconds. 7 seconds. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So the correct answer is not here. Nobody got it. It is a junior flyweight, which is 108 pounds. Nobody got it. Junior flyweight, 108 pounds, which is the division limit. All right. So nobody got that one. That's fine. That's fine. All right. Here we go. Next question. After after George Foreman lost to Muhammad Ali, he went a little nuts. He went in and he fought a bunch of dudes in one night. It was an exhibition, so none of it counted. But he fought a bunch of people all in one night, one right after the other. How many people did George Foreman fight in one night total? How many people did he fight that night total, all in one night? Go. 10 seconds. How many people did Foreman fight in one night? Back to back. Go. Boom. Teach got it. Oh, no. Stop Motion got it. Stop got it. It was 5. And let me see who got 5 first. Yep, stop got it first. Okay, stop motion got it first. Remember, everybody, this is the defending champion, and he is back 1-0. Straight serving you, mark ass busters. That's my Compton talk. All right, here we go. We're going to do, well, that is easy. What do you want from me? All right, here we go. Next one. What city? I'm going to take the city and the state. Make this a little harder. City and state. Was Marvin Hagler born and grew up the first half of his life in? Go. 10 seconds. What city and state was Marvin Hagler born in and spent the first half of his life in? Where that Mo effer from? Boom. Stop motion again. Nailed it. Zorro, you're close, but he came in. Chicago. Nah, you're wilding out, Teach. Brockton is where that's where he ended up fighting out of and moved to. But Newark is correct. Damn, stop motion. Not only did he win this, but he was able to say easy first. So stop motion is in here now, bolo punching people and putting his hand behind his back and Roy Jonesing it. Arrogant. The arrogance is just flagrant arrogance from the champion. Look at him. First round, he's talking to you guys. All right. Here we go. Next one. All right. Okay. Here we go. Who is the only man to ever win a whole round on the scorecards without throwing one punch? Go. 10 seconds. Who's the only man to win a round, literally win a round on the scorecards without even throwing a punch? Go. 8 seconds. 6. Okay. Okay, we got it. Here we go. Zorro beat you to it. Stop. Zorro beat you to it. It is Will-O-Wisp. All right, now we got a little thing going here. No first round knockout. No first round knockout. All right. So we got stop motion MMA, 2 points. Zorro, 1 point. 3 wins it. So Zorro needs 2 more. Stop motion needs 1 more correct. All right. Here we go. Next question. All right, here we go. In what year's Olympic Games did current heavyweight champion Alexander Usyk win the gold medal? What year Olympic Games did he win the gold medal? Go. 10 seconds. What year's Olympic Games did Usyk take that gold home for Ukraine? Go. 8 seconds. Zorro came in again. Served you, stop. Now we got a tie game. The Jack Artist came in first, but he was wrong. Zorro got the 2012. Zorro de la Vega got that 2012. Okay. I just realized who Zorro was. We talk on TBV together, right? What's up, man? I didn't even realize who you were. No wonder you're cleaning house over here. No wonder you're cleaning up house. What's up, Zorro? I didn't even realize it was you. Vega. Didn't even realize it was you. I don't know why. Like the picture doesn't look like you, but the name, I don't know. I'm a little tired, man. Zorro knows his boxing. Stop. So I don't know if you can mess with him, but so now this is like stop motion got the knockdown, right? and then won 3 rounds straight. And then Zorro just put his foot on the gas and got that knockdown right back and then won another 3 rounds straight. And now we're going into the championship rounds. These are the championship rounds. This is sudden death. Next person who gets this question right takes the MB Trivia Championship belt. Takes it. It's going to spit shine it. And Stop was talking a lot of ish. A lot of ish. Wait, what's happening? What are you guys saying? Stop motion. Nah, because he said make more. What's going on? City and state. What are you guys talking about? Did I do something wrong? So you actually lost that one? I can't read, but what are you guys talking about? I don't know what the hell you guys talking about. I ain't robbing you. All right, here we go. Last question. Last question to determine the champion of the boxing trivia. And we got a tight one because we have Stop motion has been a dominant champion. So if Vega comes in and takes this dude down, woo, nilly. All right, here we go. This one's a little tough, but I will put it out there. All right. What? And I will accept either the pound, the limit, the weight limit poundage in pounds, or the name of the division. What is the lightest division in boxing called? What is it? What weight is it? Weight limit or the name of the division? The lightest weight division in boxing. Go. 10 seconds. 8 seconds. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Okay. We got Zorro takes it. Zorro takes it. Stop didn't even answer this one. Oh, wait. No, Zorro, you can't take it because you put straw weight first. So you can't take it. You can't do 2 answers. It is not straw. There's actually one below straw. It's light flyweight, 102 pounds. Light straw weight, light flyweight, or 102 pounds. Or atom weight. It is. That's why I would have accepted atom weight because they do call it atom weight. But Zorro said that after he said straw weight. So I cannot. You got it correct? Where? Let's see. Where'd you get it correct? You said 105? Did you not? How's that getting it correct? That's the last thing and that's not correct. It's 102. So I don't know what you're talking about. You got it correct where? Does anybody else see him getting it? Maybe StreamYard is not showing me, but from what I see, this is all you wrote, 105, and that is not correct. Then Zorro put straw, and then Teach put straw, and then Zorro put atom, but he already said straw, so it didn't count. But atom is correct. Yeah, no, you didn't put it there. All right. Yeah, he is tripping. He tripping. You tripping. Okay. Well, we got one more question then. Still neck and neck. One more question. And look, any of you guys could come in and take this. Just got to get 3 right. Not the biggest deal. What up, Michael? DH? Michael DH. All right. Another question. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. What was, after losing to Michael Spinks and breaking Larry Holmes's record, and he tried to tie the record with Rocky Marciano, right? And he ended up losing to Spinks, and that record was shattered. He couldn't catch Marciano. He made a famous statement regarding Rocky Marciano. What was that statement that Larry Holmes made about Rocky Marciano? Go. The statement that Holmes made regarding Rocky Marciano. Famous statement, the famous quote. What was it? 8 seconds. 6 seconds. Stop motion takes it. Boom. takes it. He goes, Rocky couldn't have held my jockstrap. And it upset everybody, especially people don't know this. Rocky's brother, because Rocky had passed away already. You know, he died early in a plane crash. Rocky's family was sitting in the press conference because Holmes was so pissed that he lost, because it was a big upset by Spinks that he said that. So it made it even worse because Rocky's brother is sitting there listening, and his mom's, I think, was there to Holmes say that about their dead brother and loved one. Messed up. Messed up. Messed up. You were robbed. Yeah, nah, you did well, Vega. You did well, and I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I realized who you were. You know what? Come back and defend. Come back and take this. This dude's mad cocky. Stop motion's mad cocky. So you gotta come and take it away. You could do it next time. Marco, I got 5. One of these questions you tried to rob me. I don't know what you're talking about, but you know, I just pop up like this, what I see first. Boom. And that's what I saw first. But whatever. What are you complaining about? You like 5-time champion now. And I got to get my questions up because like I come up with a bunch and then I go through a lot of them with you guys, like a lot. So I got to come up with more questions. I had a few others here, but they're too hard. And if nobody gets them, it's not a fun game. So anyway, my dudes, I appreciate you guys coming in. Please hit the like button again. As I've always said, it helps the show go through that funky ass algorithm of YouTube. Helps people see it. I appreciate. Damn, look at this. Look at this, Zora. Look what he's doing. Look at this. Look at this. He's just a brash. He's like it's like the Ali or the Mayweather of the trivia championships. Just in your face talking. But anyway, appreciate you guys. See you guys tomorrow. Same bat channel, same bat time. And thanks again. Hit that like button, please. Peace.